and repeat this cycle. Relax the physical body, quieten the mind, focus on the breath. So forget about everything else in this 5-6 minutes. Okay. So by this process of pranayama, one should relax the physical body and also quieten the mind. And when the mind is quietened, Upanishad mantras advise us to do dhyanam on the supreme truth, Brahma Tattvam, after getting a basic understanding. That means when you start studying Vedanta Shastras, you will get to understand that Brahman is only reality that is permeating the entire creation. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. Tat jalaniti shanta upasita. So when the mind is quietened, do upasana on the supreme Brahma Tattvam. And this Brahman, which is absolute reality, is the substratum from which emerges the relatively real universe. Srishti Sthiti Layam Tajjam Tannam Tallam. So Tajjalaniti Shanta Upasita. So focus on the supreme truth, which is actually your own true nature. The Brahman, which is pure consciousness, existence, absolute bliss, is also your true nature. So, what you are searching for all your life is actually your own true nature. We are trying to find ourselves. The path of Vedanta Shastra is discovery of your own true nature. And so, this Atma Tattvam, which is same as Brahman, is of the nature of pure bliss. So the Upanishad mantra says, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidwan nabibheti kutascha neti. So that Brahma Tattvam, which is your own true nature as Atman, is beyond description. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. You cannot intellectually analyze what is this Brahman. What you can do is Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. It is my true nature of Anandam. So, when you understand this Brahman as your own true nature, you will be established in supreme bliss. Anandam Brahmano Vidwan Nabibheti Kutascha Neti. So, you will be removed of all fears, all anxiety, all kinds of worries. So, Nabibheti Kutascha Neti. When little bit of worries you will not have and be established in absolute bliss, which is called moksham or amrutatvam. So, knowledge of absolute reality as your own true nature bestows immortality and bliss. So, how to systematically proceed to attain the ultimate state? Let us continue our study of Gita Shastram. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parambrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजेभवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः पारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्महम् ॐ. Switch on cameras, chant Yam Brahma loudly. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunmanti Dimyaistamaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanichadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः ॐ श्रीगणेशाय नमः श्रीसरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ श्रीभगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्तः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानं येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Now, if you're not camera on, still warming up, by the time you off, the session will be over. Switch on cameras and chant the next 5 slokas, focusing on the meaning. श्रीभगवानुवाच दैवी एषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया. So, one should understand, prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayaha maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthataha. Om shanti shanti shanti. अथ श्रीमद् भगवद गीता दशमोऽध्यायः विभूति योगः. Shri Bhagavanuvacha. Now let's all chant for that. Narayana parom vyaktat andamam vyakta sambhavam andasyantaspi me lokaha saptadvipacha medini om. Now let's chant shloka number 38, which we started in the last class. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Dando Damayatamasmi Nitirasmi Jigishatam Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam Jnanam Jnanabatamaham. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hardam Swagatam. Harti, welcome to the next session on the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is called as Vibhuti Yoga. You all learned chanting, right? 38? Yes? Last class? You all learned, right? Now we have to understand the meaning. So, Bhagavan now is coming to the final portion of the Vibhuti Yoga, where he wants to mention a few more of his manifestations. So when you study this in detail, already 60 plus manifestations, can categorize them into various aspects. Some of them are purely divine, some are physical matter principles, some are qualities, some are of the characteristics, gunas. So various aspects, that means what? All the different manifestations, modifications of matter fundamentally is what? Brahma Tattvam. Fundamentally, not the final manifested entity. Please understand. From the fundamental Maya Tattvam, due to various combinations of Sattva Gunam, Rajogunam, Tamo Gunam, different aspects are manifested. That fundamental matter Maya is Brahman. To recognize that, first, what? Fundamental matter, Ishvara Tattvam, which is existent because of Brahman. To recognize that, Bhagavan is explaining different manifestations. When these matter principles are having different great qualities or different aspects which are recognizable. So Bhagavan now in shloka number 38 is saying, among all the people, okay, so there are people who give justice, right? There are people who provide justice to wrongdoers. So Bhagavan says, among people are entities which punish people for their wrongdoings. He says, I am this dharma dandam, write down. So here the word dandaha, that means what? The rod doesn't physically mean the rod. Okay, you can take it as a no physical aspect, but it is dharma that will have to be established. So people who are adharmic are being punished because they transgress dharma. So in those days, people had one dharma dandam, all the kings. And also, presently, even all the great acharyas carry one dandam. You see, one dandam they carry, that is dharma dandam. And that represents their adherence to dharma 100%. So, among the punishers, among the punishing entities, Bhagavan says, I am the rod of the dharma. Then, Bhagavan is also mentioning that kings want to attain victory over other kingdoms. So, if you want to attain victory over other kingdoms, there are various means, right? One, you can invade the enemy, kill everybody, and acquire that kingdom. Or there is a way to acquire the kingdom through diplomacy. There are four ways, right? You can emerge victorious and get solutions. What are they? Sama, Dana, Bheda, Dandam. Write down. So the Dandam is a punishing finally. That's what Bhagavan mentioned, punishing. So here is mentioning all aspects, you see. So Samam means Samadhanam. So how to be very diplomatic and through proper negotiations, the kings of the yesteryears used to annex kingdoms. So he says, among the best method of victories, among the best methods of desiring victory, Bhagavan says, I am the diplomatic way. So, nitihi, samam, that means what? Try to be diplomatic through negotiation. So that is why diplomacy is now very important. Nowadays, you see, you got diplomats, right? Every country has got diplomats. Why? To negotiate. So negotiation, diplomacy. So victory need not be only through what? Himsa or aggressive means. You can also attain victory through diplomatic means. Then, most important, among all kinds of secrets, of course, the greatest secret is Atma Tattvam. Among all secrets, Bhagavan says, I am silence. See, even silence is Bhagavat Swarupam. So difficult for us to maintain silence, yes or no? Silence means only closing the mouth. I am silent. Your mind also should be silent. So, physically, no movement. That is one step. Next, what? Not speaking. This is Karmendriya. And Jnanendriya, withdraw from all the sense objects. The mind has to be silent, quieten the mind. That's what we try and do, right? So, the mind that is quietened, the quietened mind is not different from Bhagavan. That's what Bhagavan is saying. So, whenever you quieten the mind, you are connecting to Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan says, among all secrets. Why silence is the best secret? Because you will not say anything, right? You can, whatever you have got, anybody asks something, you are neither going to answer this way or that way. So, whatever secret that is there new is not revealed. So, Bhagavan says, silence is the greatest among secrets. Then, among wise people, once again, the wisdom that they acquire, Bhagavan says, I am of the nature of wisdom. So when finally you understand this Brahma Tattvam, Atma Tattvam, Jnanam, understand that Brahman is not different from Brahmajnani, is not different from Jnanam. Write this wonderful equation. Brahman is equal to Brahmajnani is equal to Brahmajnanam. Are understanding? Between Brahmajnanam and Brahmajnani, Brahmajnanam is the knowledge. Is not different from Brahmajnani, the knower of Brahman, and which is the same as Brahman. So it is called Triputi. The knower who is Brahmajnani, the one to be known is Brahman, and the means of knowledge is called Brahmajnanam. All three merge into one. There is no differentiation among the three. And so Bhagavan is mentioning that people who get wisdom, jnanis. For all the jnanis, the jnanam that is present is my manifestation. So now you understand? Tesham evanu kampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavastha jnanadipena bhasvata. So Bhagavan will not directly touch you and give you jnanam. What you should do? You study Vedanta Shastras, attain jnanam, and then this jnanam is not different from Brahman. Look at the Padavibhaga Anmaya. Dandaha Damayatam Asmi Nitihi Asmi Jigishatam. How many? You're all counting, no? Very good. Maunam cha eva asmi. Guhyanam jnanam jnanavatam aham. Now people are going ahead fast. Very good. How many totally? 14. Chaturdasha padam. Now look at the individual anvaya through meaning through the anvayas. Okay. Asmi dandaha damayatam. First group. Asmi nitihi jigishatam. Second group. Asmi maunam guhyanam cha eva aham jnanam. See, underline the word aham jnanam. I am jnanam. Bhagavan is saying aham jnanam jnanavatam. Now, look at the Anmaya meaning. PVA team clear? Huh? Simple, right? Okay. Now, Asmi Dandaha. So, I am the rod means what? The entity which punishes. Dharma Dandam, I told you, and the rod. Dhamayatam, among the punishers, of the punishers. So, those who punish, they have this Dharma Dandam. I am the rod that the people who execute justice use to give justice. So, the rod of justice, they say, even in all your other systems, there is something called as rod of justice. So, Acharya Shankara says, Dandaha damayatam, damayatrunam asmi, adantanam. So, adantanam means who are people who are what? Don't have the right way of life. Dhamana karanam. So they will be punished by this rod of justice. So the punishers, I am the rod of justice. Then asmi nitihi. Nitihi. Niti shastram. There is shastram called Niti Shastram. Who is the author of Niti Shastram? Should know. Chanakya. Write down. Chanakya's Niti Shastram. So what did Chanakya do? Sadishwar Hele. Chanakya ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? Established the South India. What did he do? Establish the entire kingdom, Khanda Bharat, right? So how did he do it? Did Chanakya take any weapon to fight any opposition? What did he do? Through diplomacy and all that collection of what you really need. What is the method of acquisition of different kingdoms is composed and compiled in a wonderful book called Niti Shastram. In that, Chanakya says so many wonderful things. He mentions various aspects. And so here Bhagavan is mentioning that Jigishatam. So Jigishatam means Jetum Ichhatam. So Jetum Ichhatam Jigishatam. One who is desirous of victory. For people who are desirous of victory, what you should know first? The method of diplomacy, niti. Niti doesn't mean only giving the, we think niti means what? Right way of living. That is okay. That's one way. But actually, here niti means the art of diplomacy. So Bhagavan says, nitihi asmi. So the diplomatic aspects of what? Negotiation is really my manifestation among people who are desirous of victory. This is what? Even in your what? Your corporate world, office work, it is not enough to just keep on doing work. Yes or no? Some people complain, sir, I'm working so hard, sir. But somehow the other person is getting promotion. I am not getting promotion. Huh? Correct? I am not being recognized. So ability to communicate, ability to what? Convince. Huh? Other people, that is diplomacy. It's required everywhere, not only in emerging victorious in kingdom. Correct? Huh? One has to have this art of diplomacy in all your interactions. So Bhagavan says, I am that nature. That means what? We should work hard to acquire that capability of having diplomacy so that you can emerge victorious and at least don't get into trouble. What is the other advantage of being diplomatic? You'll at least not get into trouble, right? That is half the victory. Then the next 50% can come. Then Bhagavan says, so write down Jigishatam. So Jigishatam Jetum Ichhatam. Jetum. So Jitendriya, that we say, no? So Jeet, we say in Hindi. Jeet means what? Victory. So Jetum Ichhatam. Jigishatam. Asmi Maunam. I am silence. Among what? Guhyanam. Among all secrets, best is to keep silent. And through silence, as we say, once you maintain silence, we do dhyanam, focus on supreme truth. Silence also leads to the final knowledge of reality, truth. So the greatest secret among secrets is Bhagavan says is maunam, that is silence. Then cha eva, and also aham jnanam. So I am that jnanam, jnanam, neyam, jnanagamyam, hridi sarvasya vishtitam. Somewhere we chant this, no? There, jnanam, neyam, jnanagamyam. What is jnanam? Jnanam is the means of knowledge. Knowledge. Gneyam, the one to be known. Jnanagamyam. So, Bhagavan says, Aham Jnanam. I am that wisdom. Jnanavatam. So, among wise people, people who get wisdom, Bhagavan says, I am Sakshat Jnanam. So, that is why a Jnani is not different from Brahman. So, what Acharya Shankara says, Manisha Panchakam, that Brahmaiva na Brahmavit. Write down only that last portion. Brahmaeva na Brahmavit. So don't differentiate between a Brahmajnani, Brahmavit and Brahman. So a Brahmavit is Sakshat Param Brahman. And that is possible only with Brahmajnanam. So all three merge into one. I am the Jnanam. But this Jnanam is not what? Laukika Jnanam. This is what? Paramarthika Brahmajnanam. Write down bracket. Brahmajnanam among the Jnanavatam. Now, next, continuing sloka number 39. Now Bhagavan is now trying to wrap up. We say, no, you all want to finally somewhere you want to end. Starting the closing aspects of Vibhuti Yoga. Sloka 39. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Yachapi Sarva Bhutanam Bijam Tadaham Arjuna Natadasti Vina Yatsyad Maya Bhutam Characharam. What do you understand? Shri Bhagavan.
श्रीभगवानुवाच यच्चापि सर्वभूतानां बीजं तदहमर्जुन न तदस्ति विना यत् स्यात् मया भूतं चराचरम्.
Very good. All of us together. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Yacchapi Sarva Bhutanam Bijam Tadaham Arjuna Natadasti Vina Yatsyad Maya Bhutam Characharam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now all of you open the e-book. So it's not that suddenly you will forget. All classes have the e-book with you. Gita Shastram, Shankara Bhashyam, got Upanishad books, keep them, all references. You can refer and note them down. For this, you need this e-book now. And only by proper systematic study of the Gita Shastram, especially individual chapters by organization, how they are clearly separated out into individual aspects. And then finally, what is the totality? You'll understand what is Vibhuti Yoga. Look at page number 10. What is the final message of Bhagavan? Roll back to the initial description of the manifestation. How did Bhagavan begin? The greatest manifestation of me. At the top, you see, like a roof. So the person who made this told is to get roof on the temple Gopuram, like that it is there at the top. So Bhagavan's greatest manifestation is what? There in front of you. Chit Swarupam. So Atman or Brahman has got three different ways for us to understand. All are one and the same. What is that? Sat, Chit and Anandam. So the consciousness aspect of what? Brahman is mentioned, Brahma Tattvam. So understand the higher reality. Higher reality, supreme reality is Brahman. Ishvara is equal to Brahman plus Maya, Para Prakriti plus Apara Prakriti. So when Ishvara is saying the manifestation, various aspects can happen, what? Only through the matter principle. Please understand, Apara Prakriti. But Ishvara also has got Brahman. The absolute as part of Ishvara. So you understand now? Ishvara can be explained as either Brahma Tattvam or Maya Tattvam. As Brahma Tattvam, Bhagavan begins the greatest manifestation is Chit Swarupam. Chit is what? Consciousness principle that is residing in the minds of all people. Which shloka is it? Anybody can refer? Bhagavan began the Vibhuti Yoga with that. Can you go back? Refer shloka number 20. Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashayasthitaha. Now you see, so soon you forgot. That's why this method of revision is important. Ahamatma. So I am the Atma Tattvam, pure consciousness, Chit Swarupam, right? Sat, Chit, Anandam. In that Chit Swarupam, circle that, is my manifestation. Why Bhagavan's manifestation? Ishvara is equal to Brahman plus Maya as Brahman, as Atman. I am the Atma Tattvam in all the beings. Sarva Bhuta Shayasthitaha. No differentiation. Without any difference among all beings, living beings, I am the Atma Tattvam, Chaitanya Swarupam, Chit Swarupam. Clear? That's how Bhagavan began. In between, Acharya Shankara says, if you don't understand this, because it will take you many decades or many janmas to understand, go to the next level. This is Uttama Adhikari. Write down that Gopuram, the top triangle is for the Uttama Adhikari. For a Madhyama Adhikari, understand that Bhagavan is the fundamental principle for Srishti Sthiti Layam. Aham Adihi cha Madhyam cha Bhutanam Anta eva cha. Clear? Next level of understanding. This is what? Madhyama Adhikari. This is for an intermediate person who questions. Who is Bhagavan? See, whole creation is there. Is because of one supreme principle called God, Bhagavan. If you further progress, who is this God? Sachidananda Swarupam, also my true nature, Brahman, which is Atman, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Clear? So, Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, or Manda Madhyamadhikari, the entire in between, even the color combination, everything is different. Very nicely done, exceedingly well done. This particular picture, to analyze this takes some time for you, but I'm giving you the method to analyze this picture. All the tables in between, can you see? Among the different entities, the best among this, or is my nature, Bhagavan, and so many of them. Totally, how many vibhutis? Still, sloka number what? 20, write down, begins at 20. Now you write the reference. Some of them are not mentioned here. Sloka number 20 should correspond to the Gopuram triangle at the top. And sloka number 20, second half is Srishti Jiti Layam. Clear? Then all the other slokas in between. Up to what? 38. 77. So how many are there? Up to 38. How many are there? So somebody make the total calculation. That is in between. I told you Bhagavan is wrapping up, concluding. Concluding as what? Sat Swarupam. Now you see, Bhagavan began Vibhuti Yogaha with Chit Swarupam and is concluding with Sat Swarupam. I'll tell you how Sat Swarupam is being explained. Now, that's how he's going to conclude. So Bhagavan is a fundamental existence principle among all beings, not only living beings, non-living beings, matter, what? Both sthavara jangamam, though both which are mobile, immobile. So you got now mobile is now means what? Mobile, for us, mobile is an instrument. Mobile and immobile. So Bhagavan is the greatest supporter. And what? The fundamental matter principle now is going back. So, if you see, fundamental matter principle responsible cause of Srishti Stilayam is being mentioned again as a fundamental matter principle representing origination of all entities. So, as the originator, Srishtikarta, Bhagavan is the fundamental seed, fundamental creator of the universe. It was told in the beginning, conclusion, Bhagavan is saying now, I am the fundamental seed of all beings. That means what? It's not like they take a seed and sow it and then the tree comes. What does it mean? This is called, you have to understand the what? The derived meaning, not the direct meaning. So don't take Bhagavan as a seed. Some people then think Bhagavan is seed and won't take a seed, right? What is the derived meaning? Seed is what? The source or origin of all manifestations. So the fundamental matter principle, which is what is further what expanded through a combination of the Rajas, Tamas, Sattvam. But this fundamental something is required. The fundamental matter, Bijam, that is me. So you can take, Bhagavan says, any living being you take, and further you can extend it to non-living beings, though Bhagavan has not mentioned here. For all beings, fundamental seed is me. That means what? Fundamental matter principle is me. Now, why I'm saying matter principle? Ken, tell me. Because the moment you have multiplicity can happen in matter or in consciousness. See, so you should think deeply. It's a very important aspect. Multiplicity or many can happen. You remove the equation, no? There's only one truth which divides into multiple matter, Maya Tattvam, 1 by 0, infinity. Don't forget that mathematical calculation. So, multiplicity can happen only in Maya. And so, Bijam here corresponds to the matter aspect of all entities. So, Bhagavan's matter aspect as fundamental Maya Tattvam is Bhagavan is concluding slowly the Vibhuti Yoga. So, Vibhuti is both what? Both higher reality Vibhuti is Brahman, The lower reality, Vibhuti, is fundamental matter. This combination manifests as various beings, and among them, the greatest in terms of either power, strength, qualities, some amazing principles, qualities, all those things are all the Vibhutis in between. Are you seeing now how the Vibhuti Yoga is organized? So, how to recognize Bhagavan? Why? The last chapter, last sloka, which you chanted, Madhu chanted today, what is that? Manmana bhava, madbhakto bhava, madhyaji bhava. So, if you have to focus on Bhagavan consistently, one should be able to recognize the Ishvara Tattvam in every aspect. So, Bhagavan is now putting a wonderful package. Begins with Para Prakriti, ends also with Para Prakriti. Inside, what? Combination of Apara and Para Prakriti. Because no matter can exist without Brahman. Are you getting the point? When you see even any matter, its existence is owed to Brahman. So when you see anything, it has got a combination of both Brahman and Maya. Right? Para Prakriti, Apara Prakriti. So Bhagavan wants to point out that for all matter principles that is there, the fundamental source is me. This is where scientists fail, science fails. Science is still trying to discover some fundamental matter principle, right? They have created what? A great tunnel in the middle of Europe, an accelerator and all. You know that? And how many of you studied this? Huh? To create the fundamental matter principle, they call it boson. Huh? I know, named after Bose, our scientist only. And then God particle, Higgs boson, correct. So they are struggling. So instead of struggling, what is it accept? No entity, nobody can create matter. The fundamental matter is Bhagavan. Do you not say it's not is created by Bhagavan? Are you understanding? Then who created Bhagavan? Next question will come. So remember, Bhagavan is of the nature of both matter and consciousness. So the fundamental matter is Bhagavan, whose rarification or modifications, as I told you many times, combination sattva, rajas, tamas, 0 to 100%. When the combination happens, how many are possible? 0 to 100% sattvam, 0 to 100% rajas, 0 to 100% tamas. When you combine in various proportions, various percentages, how many are possible? Infinite, right? So that is how the infinite universe emerges. The fundamental matter is Bijam is Bhagavan. So Bhagavan says, I am that seed from which all beings are created from matter standpoint. And to emphasize that is saying there is no entity which may be mobile, which may be immobile. Nothing can exist without me. So very important sloka 39. One is the matter aspect of all beings and all matter is fundamentally Bhagavan, Bijam, seed. And matter is what? Able to reveal itself because of existence. That existence principle also is Bhagavan. So existence is Sat and this is Bijam. So sloka number 39 is extremely important. So for both fundamental matter principle and existence principle. Now you're seeing, so when something is mentioned in the beginning and also reiterated in the end, that is the essence of the message, essence of the subject matter. I told you, Anubandha Chatushtayam, right? In that, what? What is told in the beginning and also in the end, that packed into the subject matter. So, how do you say sloka number 20? Ahamatma Gudakesha is what? Chit Swarupam. Ahamadischa Madhyamcha is matter principle. Brahman plus Maya. Are you understanding? How many of you understood? Can you tell me? Because it's slightly complex. You have to think. So, Aham Atma Gudakesha Brahman principle. Ahamadischa Madhyamcha matter principle. Maya Tattvam. Clear? Concluding portion 39. Echapi Sarva Bhutanam Bijam. Matter principle. Maya Tattvam. Natadasti vina yatsyat maya bhutam characharam. Existence, what? Sat Swarupam. That is part of Brahman. Is conclusion. So Brahman plus on the order. Beginning Brahman plus Maya, ending Maya plus Brahman. Are you seeing? Very nicely, it's a package. Anybody who didn't understand this? Because if you don't understand this, no point studying Bhuti Yoga. Bhuti Yoga and keep on saying various this I am A, B, C up to Z, everything. This is the essence of Vibhuti Yoga. And say all this picture, what is done wonderfully. If you preserve this picture, that's wonderfully done. Page number 10. Also, it has come in page number 10. See, we didn't know, choose. See, that is why even the e-book team has got Paripurna Anugrama Bhagavan. Why 10? Suddenly forgotten. Why it is 10? Why? This is chapter 10. Dashamodhyayaha. In that, incidentally, I mean, I'm sure, right? Athamanam can confirm. We didn't know, no, consciously make it in page 10. This happened in page 10. So, very important. Begins with Brahman plus Maya, ends with Maya plus Brahman. So, Bhagavan says, no entity can exist without me. That means what? I am that existence principle. Clear, no? Very good. Excellent work by Kalamalini, Ganesh, no, Sri Vidya, all the members. Wonderful work they're doing. Hopefully, it is helping you understand Gita Shastram. It's not easy. Chanting Gita is one level, but understanding is quite difficult. Tajidam Gita Shastram Samasta Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam. Acharya Shankara says Durvigneyartham. So only by systematic study through a traditional teacher, all these e-books can help you understand the Gita Shastram. Till now, did you all anybody you know listen to various lectures, 10th chapter, 7th, 8th, 9th, do you know how it is organized, how well Bhagavan has given you the ultimate message? That's why studying Gita Shastram properly to begin with. Then later, when you study Upanishads and then come back and study Gita, you will have greater knowledge of the depth of Gita Shastram. That's why study of Upanishads, Brahma Sutras finally will give you all the clarifications. Systematic study of Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras will definitely give you Brahma Jnanam. Keep on repeating, but dedicate yourself. Don't miss the class. So they say in Kannada, chakkar akbaradu. If you put bunk, then you will be missing out. So now look at the Padavibhaga Anvaya for us to get more clarity. You see, when you study through PVA, more details you will get. Yat cha api. When you say yat plus cha, it becomes yacha. So yat cha api sarva bhutanam bijam tat aham arjuna na tat asti vina yat syat maya bhutam characharam. Characharam is one word. Charascha acharascha characharaha tam characharam. Very good. All of you are now super fast in counting the number of padas. Now look at the individual word Anmaya, the organization. Hey Arjuna, where is it? Last word in the first line. Hey Arjuna, aham tat. Now you have to be very careful. Where is tat? Tat is in the second word of the third padam. It's not, that's why Anvaya is important. Aham tat. Also, tat is available in the first line, last word. Okay, tat aham Arjuna, aham tat, hey Arjuna. You can use that itself. Aham, hey, go back. Tadaham Arjuna, hey Arjuna, aham tat. So, the one word, Tadaham Arjuna, is three individual padas. Hey Arjuna, aham tat yat cha api bijam. Yachapi becomes yat chapi bijam sarvabhutanam. So the word tat is used two places. Tadaham Arjuna natadasti. So Bhagavan is pointing out, I am that, I am that. Tat means that. So first tat, hey Arjuna, aham tat yat cha api bijam sarva bhutanam. First group. So you should circle the word tat and bijam. Two important words. Clear? Hmm? Did you get tat and bijam in the first line? What does that represent? The matter principle. Maya tattvam. Next. Asti na tad bhutam characharam yat syat vina maya. So here Bhagavan has not directly told Sat Swarupam, but indirectly indicated. So that's why the individual word meaning is extremely important. I'll repeat the second Danmaya. Asti na tat bhutam characharam yat syat vina maya. Double negative. Double negative becomes what? One positive. So when you say nothing can exist without me, what is the derived meaning? I am the existence principle. Clear? That's how you derive that Bhagavan as Sat Swarupam is the existence principle in all entities. Now you understand why studying PVA is extremely important. Unless you do Padayavana, you will not understand the inner message of the Gita Shastram. So second half, are you now clear? I'll do Anmaya again. Asti na tad bhutam. So natadasti, asti na tad bhutam. Go to the last word. Characharam is a qualification of bhutam. Okay, characharam. Yet syat. So when I give the meaning, you'll understand more. Vinamaya. Clear? What are the two negatives? Natad. First one. Vinamaya. Second negative. Nothing can exist without me. Huh? Now you see, analysis of one sloka like this, a complex sloka will take so much time. Huh? Hopefully, I'm fast forwarding by putting all these things together with the help of the ebook and all the PVA. That is why PVA study is extremely important. Now look at the individual meaning. Hey Arjuna, PVA, Anmaya is clear? All of you? Okay. Hey Arjuna, aham tat. Tat means what? I am that. Okay, I am that. What is that? Yat cha api bijam, which is the seed. I am that principle, I am that matter principle, I am that fundamental matter principle, which is the seed of what? Not a tree. Seed means what? Originator, origin. That from which you can modify and do further things. Sarva bhutanam. See? Word sarva bhutanam. Of all beings. Beings doesn't mean only living beings. Beings, put two groups. Living beings, non-living beings. Being means being. Huh? So being is not only living beings. Sarva bhutanam. Of all beings. And Bhagavan is qualifying. You may what? Misinterpret only living beings. Sarva bhutanam. Qualified by saying Asti na tad bhutam. There is no such being. Asti. There is na. No tad bhutam. Such being. Characharam. That's very important. Charam, acharam. Charam means what? That which moves. Acharam means that which does not move. So, which will not move at all? Living being or non-living being? This fundamental thing you should know. Living being will move at least sometime. You can be sleeping like Kumbhakarna for 6 months. But after that, you have to get up and move, right? Huh? So, only non-living beings will not move or stationary. Stationary object means what? Non-living being. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, charam means what? That which is moving. Moving represents living being. Non-moving represents what? Non-living being. Stationary. So, you have to actually take characharam also into account for the first group. So, first group is here, Arjuna. Aham tat yat cha api bijam sarva bhutanam. Bracket characharam you can keep there. The same characharam you carry over to asti na tad bhutam characharam. There is no such being which is moving or stationary. Yat syat. Yat syat means that which can exist. Yat means which can. Syat means that can exist. Vinamaya, without me. So when we say there is no such being which can exist without me, what does it mean? First level, all beings exist because of me. So when you say beings exist, what are the two aspects? There is one being, that means not entity, it is matter principle, exist, existence principle. The being matter principle is modification of Maya. Existence is pure existence, no modification of existence. Please understand. Are you understanding? Existence will not get modified. Existence is the common, constant principle among all entities. So, when we later study Upanishad Bhashyam, Brahma Sutra Bhashyam, NRS, Acharya Shankara mentions a very important word. Samanadhikaranam. Write down. Samanadhikaranam means that which is constant, consistent, changeless entity, which is what? Fundamental present in everything, that is Brahman. Vishesha Swarupam. The special aspect that gives you different what? Taste, color, what? Smell, sound. That is aspect of Maya. Clear? Samanadhikaram. So, yat syati, which can exist, under the word, without me. So, I am that Sat Swarupam. So, this is the concluding portion. Bhagavan is going to say two more shlokas and then say what is the use of going on saying infinite things. Infinite things are there which can be said for hundreds of years. But if you don't understand the beginning and the end properly, what is the beginning? Bhagavan's manifestation is Brahman plus Maya. And finally, in this chapter, Bhagavan is concluding that I am Maya plus Brahman. In between, all things can happen. And we will have the habit, right? They start reading a very big book, some novel or something. They'll read first 10 pages. They'll know some characters in NRS, then they'll go to the last page and see what is the conclusion. Huh? So, Bhagavan has wonderfully packaged this. In between, anyway, you cannot always focus on Brahman, be doing dhanam. There are various vibhutis Bhagavan has mentioned for us to do. Puja, japa, dhyanam, worship, prayers. So make sure that you are connected with divinity, either as Brahman or as these vibhutis, so that you purify the mind and get this Brahma Jnanam. So what is the best way to purify the mind? Participate in satsang, Mahashivaratri satsang. Any of you not registered? Please register. Ask your friends, relatives to register. Participate just 4-5 hours. Very auspicious time. When you do certain things at that time, it gives you much more benefit. So make sure you participate and get the blessings of Parameshwara. Let us stand shloka number 39 in the class. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Ichchapi Sarva Bhutanam Bijam Tadaham Arjuna न तदस्ति विना यत् स्याद् मया भूतं चराचरम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम तत्सत्। कृष्ण 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 शुभमस्तु। समस्त सन्मंगलानि bhavantu. Tyayata. Hari Om. So, remember next Thursday morning, India time, you got a class, followed by Friday evening, Mahashivratri. No class on Saturday morning, so that you can take a break. Saturday evening, we'll have the class, then continue from there. Narayana, Narayana.